April, the month of fools. And who isn't a bigger fool than the mad scientist? I always like them. Their intelligence is inspiring, and it's also good to see you're not the only fool around. So once again, this month, each day, I will be drawing a mad scientist. After my grandfather, Ekelin, had died, I was approached by a young colleague of mine, dear Augustus. He informed me that one of his patients has the rare nil-nil disease. I had lost my mother to the disease a long time ago, and my grief jump-started my pursuit in science. Like my late mother, the patient was shy and standoffish, but her disappearing into nothingness was for all to see. As I had grown discontent with my country's lackluster scientists, finding no courage or curiosity among them, even the greatest libraries parroted their prideful words. And thus I learned nothing to cure the girl, leaving her to her fate. My grandfather, however, proved wiser than expected, as I discovered a functioning artificial heart amongst his belongings, and his last words to me. And thus I was wrong in my assessment to have outgrown my peers, and became as unimaginable as them, believing I had reached my limits. And now I realized our limits are only set by ourselves, our own excuses, our own selfishness, our weakness. Young girl, I was wrong. I will find a cure for the nil-nil disease. Well, welcome to the fourth installment of Mad Scientist Month. And, well, I could have sworn I recorded the drawing phase, but nope. Well, luckily I decided to look up the colors of the character, or else would all be wasted, and I had made an intro that took far too long, all for nothing. Well, as you can see, it is on the series Aqua Knight by Yukito yeah, Kujimira. I'm not good in Japanese. And, well, probably one of my favorite manga writers and artists. Although I'm not a fan of his latest work, Mars Chronicles. Aqua Knight was created in the 80s between Battle Angel Alita and The Last Order. With that, he also made some less known work, among them as in Victor and Aqua Knight. And, well, with that, we're going to the character Alcantara Muellerbert. Or else. I'm not good with names. The artist is probably very likes mad scientist much, because, well, this is also a mad scientist, but more by design. But with the because he's also a noble, because because nobles are the only one that had money at the time. Instead, and well, you could be a rich merchant, but you could, like that, you should be lucky enough to be there, be one. The scientist is approaching middle age, but let's be honest. If we can go on with his lifespan of his grandfather, he, he has probably a lot of life left in him. He also his father was a clockmaker and among others, but also known as a scientist. And well, his grandfather was one of the greatest scientists in his country. Our scientist, however, has a big ego. He uh, he can read very fast, and is probably asexual, or at least he doesn't flinch when someone tells him that she loves him. And with that, he is among a mad scientist creating artificial life, with his grandfather as a blueprint. Um, by that mean the design of his grandfather was a blueprint. But yeah, it's of course later in the third installment uh, that he was used and the design was leaked to him. As a noble, he's very vain and doesn't really respects the freedom and lives of commoners. But compared to his equals, he is probably far more tolerant towards them yeah, than other nobles. Even giving asylum to misformed assassins that both hate him and respect him. In Aqua Knight, well, Aqua Knight is a setting where the world is flat and mostly oceans, with a few islands. And science and alchemy are combined because most of the inventions created are with elemental spirits. So even the gods call him the alchemist from afar. That said, he's probably the most interesting character of Aqua Knight. Heroine, well, there's nothing wrong with her, but she's just a bit meh. And now thanks to Lost Order. Oh, sorry. And we can see some designs of Aqua Knight leading into the Last Order for a while now. But I cannot say much. He also stopped the war with his vengeance, and had to flee his hometown because his monster rampaged, knowing it would be he would be blamed for it. So taking the sick girl he had vowed to cure with him among with his servants, and starting as the bad guy, but yeah, finishing as more as a main character. But that was it. Next time we're going towards Itma from the Emperor's New Groove. Until next time, arrow out.